Sports Network proudly welcomes you to downtown Rochester, New York in the Blue Cross Arena at the War Memorial, where tonight Division I college hockey takes center stage once again. It's a sellout crowd of over 10,000 is expected here on Brick City Homecoming and Family Weekend as the hometown RIT Tigers host Clarkson University. Number 14 for RIT is forward Tyler Mahan, the senior captain from Calgary, Alberta, will look to spark a Tiger offense that has produced just one goal so far this season, as RIT is still in search of its first victory of the year. Good evening and welcome to RIT Hockey Pregame Live here on the RIT Sports Network. Well, the Matt Thomas era of Tiger hockey began last weekend at home as RIT opened the season with a pair of conference games against Sacred Heart, the preseason pick to win Atlantic hockey this season. Tigers dropped game one on Friday night, 1-0 game two last Saturday at the Policini. Just over 13 minutes to go. Sacred Heart with the pressure. Mikey Adamson stopped, but the rebound right back to him, and he puts it in past Colin McKenzie. His first of the year, 1-0 Pioneers. Just under 10 minutes to go. Tigers answer. Zach Weigel finds Mason Croucher all alone, and Croucher beats Ajit Gundera for his first goal of the year. A first goal as a Tiger to even us at one. Late in the opening period, Tigers' defensive breakdown proves costly. Stefan Hayard feeding Felix Trudeau for the goal. His first of the season, 2-1 Sacred Heart after one. Second period, Sacred Heart with numbers. And Vitaly Levi is going to sneak one past McKenzie here, his first collegiate goal. It was 3-1 Pioneers. Under 2 minutes to go in the second, a backbreaker here for RIT as Noah Ellis fires it from just inside the blue line, and it gets by McKenzie. RIT would challenge for goaltender interference, but to no avail. The goal counts. Tigers were in a forced one hole after two. Third period, more trouble for RIT after the neutral zone turnover. Stefan Hayard gets behind the Tigers Z, in all alone on McKenzie, and he buries the backhander. Pioneers would tack on another, and they would complete the sweep of RIT by a final of 6-1. So the Tigers start the year 0-2. RIT with just one goal thanks to newcomer Mason Croucher. Evan Conyon and Zach Weigel picked up their first collegiate points, assisting on that goal. RIT struggled to score even on the men advantage, where they were 0 for 4 on Saturday and finished 0 for 8 in the two-game series. Tonight, the Tigers step out of conference as they take on the ECAC's Clarkson Golden Knights. RIT will be without defenseman Gustav Bloom. The senior suffered an upper body injury that will keep him out of the lineup for at least this weekend. With the latest on the Tigers and more on tonight's matchup with Clarkson, RIT head coach Matt Thomas standing by live now with our John DiTullio. John?
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. All right, Matt. Last week he struggled scoring goals, struggled on the power play. What's the key tonight to get more grade A looks? And when you do get that man advantage, how do you get goals?
Yeah, it's about execution for us. Early on we're trying to find some chemistry. We're trying out some different line combinations. We did it again this week. There'll be some familiarity. I think that needs time, so we're going to try to keep some groups together, try to see if that gives us a little bit of an advantage. But most importantly, guys just got to find a higher level of execution.
We were talking about just managing the puck. What do you want to see from your club, especially in these first 5 minutes of this period?
Well, I think the big thing is you got to win the neutral zone, right? When you turn pucks over, you feed other teams' transition. We want to feed our transition. That might mean we got to forecheck a little bit more early, and we're all right with that. We're built to be able to play a couple different ways, so I'm going to encourage our guys to make the right decisions coming through neutral ice.
It's going to be electric in here tonight. It's just more about your team and less about Clarkson. It's just more about seeing your team progress and get better.
I think it's always about us. At the end of the day, they're in the way of what we want to get done. So we got to worry about what we're going to do to be able to take care of our business. The opponent for us is just a different team every week. It's about our growth and how we're going to respond, and I'm looking forward to seeing our response.
The mantra's been, next man up, not having Bloom tonight, but it gives another player an opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's always it. Early on, you're going to go through some injuries. Yeah, we need guys that can step in and make an impact. We made some changes to our lineup just because we believe in our depth, and our depth now has to come through and show what it's capable of.
The players are going to be excited. What did you tell them before they took the ice?
Well, you know what? The biggest thing is I said exactly what I kind of just said to you. I don't care who we're playing. This is about us and the way we want to play. We got to make sure that we bring our best. And if we're worrying about that, we control our own destiny. So for us, it's really about getting to our game game and understanding what's going to give us the success early.
When you look at Clarkson, we were talking some similarities to Sacred Heart, a team you played last week.
Yeah, they're a good team in transition. They're dangerous. So if we mismanage the puck like we did on Saturday as that game went on, you just give them opportunities, and then you need big-time goaltending performances. So we want to mitigate that. We want to make sure we control tempo. We got to manage pucks through neutral ice, and if we do that, I think it doesn't matter if they're good, if they're not so good. It's about us in that scenario.
And finally, if you had to, how many shifts could you give me tonight? If you had. Look at that. You know you're dying to lace them up tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, when you said you were cold here already, it wasn't a good indication that you were ready to go. I need you to be warm. So you might be a little cold sitting on that bench all night.
Buddy, after being with you, I'm ready to go. All the best to you. That's head coach Matt Thomas here at RIT. Kevin, let's send it back to you.
All right, I've lived here over 20 years. It's never been colder in this building than it is here tonight. I guess we're all not ready to go. Well, Clarkson has already faced two opponents the Tigers will see later this season. The Golden Knights lost their season opener at Canisius before upsetting fourth-ranked Penn State on the road last Thursday night. How about last Friday? The Golden Knights went for the sweep in Hockey Valley, and they got off to a great start. In fact, just 21 seconds into the game, and Clarkson's Luka Sukovic found the back of the net to give the Golden Knights a 1-0 lead. Clarkson led 2-0 after one, but in the second, here come the Nittany Lions. Ben Schoen coming out of the box after serving a 5-minute major, and he delivers the goal to even things at 2 apiece. Penn State scored 3 goals in less than 7 minutes, and they scored a shorty too as Dan Dowiak scored here to give the Nittany Lions the lead, and they would never look back. The celebration was on in Hockey Valley as Penn State earned a split of the series with a 5-2 victory. They'll be here in Rochester on January 3rd. So Clarkson fell to 1-2 on the season. The story in last Friday's game, penalties. Take a look at that. Both teams combined for 25 penalties, 152 penalty minutes. Clarkson went 0 for 3 on the man advantage. Penn State went 1 for 5 and added a shorthanded goal, as you saw in the highlights as well. The Golden Knights have spent the first 3 weeks of the season on the road. They'll wrap up their 4-game road swing here tonight before heading home to face North Dakota next weekend. With more on the Golden Knights, head coach J.F. Poole is with our Gene Battaglia. Gene?
With Clarkson head coach J.F. Poole, and for some of our viewers, they remember you from Laval, Coach. Welcome back here to Rochester. How has the transition been to Clarkson been for you so far?
It's been great. We have a young team, but we're looking forward to this game here tonight in Rochester. We have a lot of alums in this region, and for us, it's a big game as well. So very excited to be here today.
Yeah, tell us what went into the decision. Obviously, you're an alum of Clarkson, but to make that decision to go back to your alma mater.
Yeah, for me, I've always cared about Clarkson hockey. It's something special to my heart, and I was at the point in my career where this was a great opportunity, and very happy to be back and coaching in my alma mater where I played. I was also an assistant coach here for 6-7 years under George Roll that worked here in Rochester. So very excited to be back.
Now, previously the head coach of the Laval Rocket, and Matt Thomas was coaching in Providence coming from the. What would be your advice to any coach making that jump from the AHL to the college level?
There's not much of a difference. Hockey is hockey. They make the same. These young players make the same mistakes as the pros. For me, it's important to take it day by day. You don't look too far ahead. Take it day by day, game by game, and just try to make this young group a little bit better every day.
You're going with Rancière in goal tonight. Tell us a little about your keeper.
Yeah, you know what? He's got a lot of experience. He played at Vermont last year, was in Minnesota State the year before, a couple of years before. He's got a lot of experience, and it's his first game tonight. I'm sure he's got some butterflies, but our guys are excited to play in front of him tonight.
Yeah, and last one, Coach. Fun crowd here tonight. What are your thoughts about playing in this sold-out barn?
Yeah, it's great. I can't believe the environment. All the 2 bands are there for each schools. It's a good crowd here. I'm not sure how much it sits, but it should be fun for our Clarkson fans and alums that are watching at home, and also for RI too. So very excited.
I still can't forgive you for that triple overtime loss, Coach.
Yeah, I know, but that was a good, successful win here on this ice. So hopefully we could do the same tonight.
All right, Coach, thanks for your good luck tonight.
Thank you.
J.F. Poole, Kevin, we send it back to you.
All right, team, thank you so much. As Coach said, in the net for Clarkson tonight will be number 35, Keenan Rancière, the grad transfer from Vermont. Will be making his first start here tonight for Clarkson. Rancière appeared in 14 games last season for the Catamounts, finishing 2-8-3 with a 3.37 goals against average. For RIT, it will be number 1, Jakub Kurbacek, the sophomore from the Czech Republic, stopped 24 of the 25 shots he faced last Friday night in a 1-0 loss to Sacred Heart. Well, still to come here on Pregame Live, the RIT women's hockey team looked to earn a split of their series with nationally ranked St. Lawrence last night. We'll show you how they fared. Plus, the class of 2025 was inducted into the RIT Athletics Hall of Fame this morning. We'll be joined live by former men's hockey coach and 2025 inductee Wayne Wilson coming up a bit later in the show. But first, number 7 for RIT is forward Austin Brimmer. The transfer from LIU is looking to make an impact with his new team in his final season of college hockey. Brimmer will join our Kim Coffee live next as our coverage continues from the Blue Cross Arena in downtown Rochester. It's RIT and Clarkson in the main event here on Brick City Weekend. You're watching Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network. From the Blue Cross Arena in downtown Rochester tonight will mark the 14th Division I meeting between these two programs. It's a non-conference matchup for hockey, but RIT and Clarkson are in the same conference, the Liberty League, for all other sports at the Division III level. Elsewhere on the men's side of Atlantic Hockey America, only one league game today as Holy Cross shut out Mercyhurst 4-0 to pick up 3 points in the AHA standings. Stonehill leads Sacred Heart 2-1 after one. Canisius, Colgate, Bentley, UMass, Niagara Union all get started later tonight. St. Thomas Air Force just after 10 o'clock Eastern time. The rest of the action coming up later. Well, the Tigers added 11 newcomers to this year's roster, including 2 out of the transfer portal in Boris Gallos from Mercyhurst and Austin Brimmer from Long Island University. Brimmer played in 97 games for the Sharks, accumulating 55 points on 23 goals and 32 assists. The senior, who will experience Brick City for the very first time tonight, is standing by live now with our Kim Coffee. Kim?
Austin, coming off a pair of losses last weekend, how have you guys taken this week to regroup, focus on tonight's homecoming game?
Yeah, I think it's just a process. We're not planning on being the best team in October. We're planning on being the best team in March. You don't win a championship in October, so our focus is getting better every single game, every single shift, and focusing on Clarkson. They got a great team over there, and we know we got a great team in there, and we're just going to stick to our process and give it our all.
What's going to be the key to getting out early, establishing the pace up front, and having that control early?
We got to take it to them. We got to let them know that they're in our building in front of our fans. This is our homecoming, so we got to be physical. We got to get pucks behind them early and finish our checks and put pucks to the net.
As a transfer, this is your first Brick City homecoming game. What are you expecting to see the atmosphere here at the Blue Cross Arena?
Oh, this is unbelievable. Already in warm-up, seeing all these fans here and all the support. It's truly special. So I know all the guys in there, including myself, are really excited for this one, and we're gonna put on a show tonight.
What are you expecting to see from Clarkson?
They're a great team. They're fast, they're physical, and they get to the net hard. So we gotta do our job, box out, and push the pace to them.
I just want to point out we're standing on the same platform, by the way, like he's not a step above. But Austin, good luck tonight, and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Kevin?
Yeah, he's 6'4", Kimmy. You got a little ways to go there. Thanks so much. Meanwhile, the RIT women's hockey team kicked off Brick City Weekend early on Thursday night as they welcomed 14th-ranked St. Lawrence to the Policini Center for a 2-game series. Tigers dropped Game 1 3-0. How about Game 2 last night at the Policini? First period, Tigers strike first as Kaylee Favreau's shot is blocked, but Linda Rula is there to put home the rebound, her third of the season. 1-0 RIT after one. Second period, Tigers extend their lead thanks to senior Jaden Farney, who gathers the loose puck behind the net and finishes with the wraparound. 2-1 RIT after two. Third period, Tigers on the power play. Emma Pickering's shot won't go, but how about sophomore Brett Kelly there to clean it up and score? She'd add an empty netter as the Tigers knock off 14th-ranked St. Lawrence to split the 2-game series by a final of 4-1. RIT returns to conference play on home ice on Friday afternoon when Syracuse comes to town to begin a home-and-home series with the Tigers. Face-off is set for 3 o'clock right here on Flow Hockey. Tickets available right now for all remaining individual RIT women's hockey games. Grab your seats now by logging on to RITtickets.com. Don't forget there is a new clear bag policy at the GP BC this season. For more information on that, visit rit.edu/arenas/clearbag. Well, still to come here on Pregame Live, we will flash back to the last time Clarkson and RIT met here in Rochester. Plus, he's one of the newest members of the RIT Athletics Hall of Fame. Wayne Wilson, the winningest coach in men's hockey history, will join us live next as our coverage continues from the Blue Cross Arena on your home for Tiger hockey. All you're watching Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network.
Up with it. Clarkson out of sorts, closing seconds in front. The back.
Great pass.
Unbelievable. 2-0 RIT.
What a pass. Holy cow.
Send that right into ESPN's top 10.
Just do it now. Don't even hesitate. Watch this. Kata gets the puck down low, and look at Cody. Holy cow. Woo.
Right about now, Tigers do gain the zone. So officially RIT 0 for 2 on the power play, although that one.
Oh, yes.
Just like last time, as the penalty expiring, the Tigers get one again. This time, Grady Hobbs left all alone.
Boy, Clarkson just getting caught looking. They're just looking at the puck. They're flat-footed right now.
Well, what's this one all about?
I mean, Gonzalez, look at this. Watch Clarkson just kind of just standing around. You got 3 green jerseys there, sweaters, and Hobbs is all alone. Watching that puck, you got to see who's around.
He's going to carry it into the zone. Skarsland dropping it back. Shot. Can't save. The rebound in front. And Scarfoni comes up with it. Puck's still alive. Scarfoni another save. And another. Gosselin taking the draw, but the Tigers winning that draw. Down the ice, this goes.
Oh, get in there.
Yes! Tigers will win this game.
Yeah, the Tigers have won their last 2 meetings with Clarkson, and tonight will mark a new chapter in this series as these two programs meet for the first time in this setting. The Tigers' 5-game winning streak in Brick City games came to a halt last year following a 2-1 overtime loss to Bowling Green. All time, though, RIT 7-6-4 in Brick City games. Of course, next October, Michigan State comes to town. Well, following last weekend's sweep, RIT head coach Matt Thomas said he couldn't care less that his team is 0-2 because he's excited about what they're building, and in his eyes, they got better last weekend. As we bring in John and Gene, the guys will have the call for you once again tonight, and another chance for the Tigers to continue building here tonight and improving against a quality Clarkson team.
No doubt about it. This is a good test for RIT. And, John, this is always a fun environment. You can feel the electricity here tonight.
Listen, it's fun for us. It's fun for the coaches. It's fun for the players. And it's certainly fun for the alumni who flocked back for this game. You're going to need a shoehorn to get everybody in. Should be over 9,000 tonight.
Clarkson, as we mentioned earlier, coming off a split with Penn State. That's impressive. They had a lot of departures, but one guy that's returning, our player to watch, he's the assistant captain, Taylor Sergensen.
Yeah, 10 goals, 8 assists last year. He had a big goal in their victory over Penn State last Thursday. They moved him up to the top line. Great puck handler. Talking with Matt, they know they've got to kind of find a way to get him off the puck, because he's able to create so much offensively for this team.
Yeah, Sergensen, our player to watch. He's on that line with Megan and Bottrell for the Golden Knights. For the RIT Tigers, you're looking at guys to step up. Who's going to score here, John? We've yet to have a forward score this season.
They've had a problem scoring goals. Christian Catalano, who scored last year in their victory at Clarkson, I think he's one of the guys that I think Matt Thomas is hopeful. You've got to get these veteran players, these leaders have got to step up. It starts with number 23. They've got to get scoring from their top players. Hopefully tonight it could jumpstart Christian Catalano. Great player.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always been magical here at the Blue Cross Arena. Let's see if the Tigers can do it again here this season. We're looking forward to the puck drop coming up here at 7:05.
Yeah, can't wait, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you then. Well, homecoming weekend coincides with the annual RIT Athletics Hall of Fame inductions. The class of 2025 was honored this morning in Henrietta at the 56th annual induction ceremony. Among those being enshrined were former men's hockey coach Wayne Wilson and former RIT men's hockey forward and 2015 grad Matt Garbowski. Garbowski, who had a decorated career here at RIT, recorded 114 points in 128 games as a Tiger, is still the only player in Atlantic hockey history to win both the scoring championship and best defensive forward award in the same season.
from the past that have been honored, and just to be in the same conversation of them is obviously amazing, and just so thankful to be thought of, and so happy for my time here at RIT.
You look at those records, some of those records that you hold and where you sit all time in the record books. What do you think? What goes through your mind when you see those and see those records still standing?
Yeah, I mean, even looking at them, it's still kind of unbelievable, and it's almost hard to imagine because of, when you come in, you don't really expect to be in the record books or anything, but it's obviously really cool to look back on, and it's going to be something cool to show my sons when they grow up. It's like, hey, I was actually pretty decent at hockey, that sort of thing.
Yeah, he was pretty good, and a guy who is also pretty good at RIT, his former head coach, former RIT men's hockey coach, and the winningest coach in program history, and new inductee into the RIT Athletics Hall of Fame. Wayne Wilson joining us here on Pregame Live. Coach, what does it mean, first off, to get into the Hall of Fame with everything that you accomplished here?
It's quite an honor, and I like to take credit for it, but it's because of people like Matt Garbowski, and you saw Josh Mitchell and Shane Matalora on the coaching staff now, and assistants Brian Hills and Dave Insulaco. Really, it's an honor. When a coach gets in, I think it really exemplifies the whole organization, so to speak. The players, the support staff, the coaches, it's all rolled into one, and I'm very honored to be in.
26 seasons at RIT. Back in April, you decide it's time to step away. Why was this the right time?
There's a lot of reasons. I think no one particular reason. I think college sports was changing. I think, I'm going to be 64 here. I think my family, it probably was the driving force. As I mentioned, 40 years of coaching, 40 years of weekends from basically September 1 to April 1, you're gone. So there's birthdays, kids' birthdays, weddings, functions. Your wife is sitting in the stands every weekend. And I think, before I get too old, I want to be able to do things and be more a part of their lives as well. So it wasn't any one thing, but I think an accumulation of everything. I think when they say, when it's the right time, it's the right time, and it just felt like the right time.
Did the NIL, the transfer portal, the current structure of college athletics play a big part into your decision?
I wouldn't say a big part, but it played a part into it. I just still believe into committing to players for 4 years. From a coach's standpoint, I'm not trying to get rid of anyone, but I'm also hoping not to lose anyone. And I think that's changed. So I think that's for the new staff to figure out, but I don't think you can play by those rules anymore. I think you've got to just keep competing and trying to get the best players all the time. But that was just a very small part of maybe 5, 6, 7 reasons, but it was a reason.
How difficult come September rolls around and you don't have anything to do?
Yeah, well, there's so many parts of the games that you love. The practices, the games, even the recruiting. I love all that. And just getting to know the players that you're recruiting, the ones that are on your team, their families, trying to help them achieve their goals. Those are things that I really love being a part of. Trying to make their college experience the best experience of the best 4 years that you hear of their life. And I was trying to accomplish that. But there's other things in it too that make it tough on you. And my mind is a lot clearer when I go to bed every night than it was. But I've enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed my family.
How gratifying is it for you to watch a guy like Matt Garbowski be inducted as well?
Yeah, well, a no-brainer, really. Just a guy that did everything just right, from a person, a student, a hockey player. The hockey player is what he's honored, and that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. But to me, he's a Hall of Famer as a person, as a student, his whole family. Yeah. There's a lot of reasons why he's in there, and I'm very proud of him.
I know you told me you've been watching. I know you missed us the most, probably.
Yeah.
So it's great to have you back. I know you have a few pointers for John and Gene to pass along as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, John's got to clean up on his football picks, but other than that, no, you guys do a great job. I love watching the team. I'm really excited about the future. I think Matt Thomas is going to do a great job. And patience, it's young, it's new. They got hit a little bit with the transfer portal. He will navigate this in the right way, and looking forward to see what heights he can take this program to.
Well, congratulations on your induction here this morning, I should say, and congratulations on your retirement. Enjoy it, and all the best to you from us here at the Sports
Thanks
Network.
so much. I really appreciate it.
Wayne Wilson joining us here on Pregame Live. Well, anticipation is building as we're closing in on game time at the Blue Cross Arena. We'll wrap things up from here next. You're watching Pregame Live on the RIT Sports Network. Near sellout crowd settling in for the 18th annual Brick City homecoming game between RIT and Clarkson. Hey, just a reminder that after tonight, we are back with you on Friday as the Tigers return to conference play against the Air Force Academy. Our coverage on the 24th begins at 6:30 with Pregame Live, followed by face-off between the Tigers and Falcons at 7:05 exclusively here on Flow Hockey. If you missed out on a ticket to tonight's game, make plans to join us next weekend back on campus. Individual game tickets start as low as $7 and are available at the Policini Center box office or online anytime at rittickets.com. Well, that'll do it for Pregame Live. Thank you so much for watching. John and Gene will have the call for you once again tonight, and I will see you back here for the intermission report. Until then, enjoy the game, everyone. RIT Clarkson is next here on the RIT Sports Network.